Here's the truth. Most online business models are unethical scams that most people don't succeed in. It's selling pyramid schemes with the promise of making 6 figures in 30 days. The majority of people trying it either make no money or they make a little bit of money, but get grossed out by how unethical and icky the whole thing felt, and they stop anyways. No one likes selling crappy or identical products to friends and family. Now, after realizing this, you probably fell into a pit of depression, because if those ways to work online failed, it means you're just gonna have to stay in your crappy 9 to 5 with no way of breaking free from the rat race. But here's another truth bomb. Just because your social media feed is filled with scammers or unethical ways to work online, such as MRR, that doesn't mean that there is not any good way to work online. In fact, it actually really annoys me that there are people advertising this crap out there, and they are kind of ruining the image and the prospect of working online for so many people by misadvertising or by selling things that you basically have to sell your soul for. And your only options are not only selling your soul or working in a 9 to 5 until you die. Now, I'm gonna prove to you there is an ethical online business model that exists based on 6 criteria. It can't just be a copy and paste business model where everyone just ends up doing the same thing to sell the course, to sell the course, sell the course, sell the course. It must be long-term sustainable for the majority of people watching this, meaning you could realistically be doing this for years or even for decades or even forever. And the thing that you're selling must actually deliver on the promise, have actual results, and be genuinely good. Now, let's start with the first point. If it's not going to be a copy-paste business model such as MRR or affiliate marketing for the same course, dropshipping the same products, then it needs to be a unique business, right? And as most people that are watching this are beginners, it also needs to be something that has a pretty low start cost. And this means we're going to have to make it a service-based business, because then you don't have to buy stock or inventory and you don't really have to invest a lot to get started. So we're going to provide a service to people, and this service actually should be unique to us, and ideally it should also be something that we genuinely enjoy. Now, for the second point, the people buying these services from us, they must be able to afford it. And like we said, it has to have a positive impact on them. Now, there's one simple solution to this: sell to rich people. Here's why. They obviously pay better because they have lots of money. So when you sell them something high ticket, it's much easier to sell because they don't really care about parting with a few $1,000s if they're making a lot of money, right? So these are really the best people to sell any services to. Now, here's the really neat part. We don't just want to sell to any old rich person, right? Because we're actually selling specific services. We want to sell to successful business owners with a successful business generating profit. And this way we can sell a service that has a positive impact because it actually is a service that can help their business grow further. And therefore it genuinely has a huge net positive on them. And that is definitely worth the couple $1,000s that we can sell our services for multiple times over and over. For the third point, now that we've established that we're going to be selling a service-based business to rich business owners, the path to a consistent 3 to 5K per month is pretty clear. In this way, we don't have to keep trying to sell hundreds and hundreds on crappy low-ticket items or MLM things, dropshipping, flashlights, you know. We actually have a high-ticket service, and therefore we just need a few clients and we make it recurring. With just 2 to 3 clients, you will be able to hit 3 to 5K months every single month and completely replace your 9 to 5 income. And to be able to achieve this in just a couple of months is actually very straightforward, thanks to the concept of supply and demand. You see, the problem with all of these other business models is that it's so saturated. There's currently way too many people offering it, and there's not enough people that need it. Or obviously, if you sell the same course to sell the same course, like whether you do that through affiliate marketing or MRR, at some point everyone is going to have that course. So it's like, you know, where's then the demand? And the same with dropshipping. If everyone is selling the same flashlights from China, then like, you know, it's gonna get saturated at some point. But with this particular way of working online that I'm describing, you're actually making your own service, and therefore you can research and find something that has a huge demand from business owners and that is actually in low supply. For most business owners, this is going to be digital services, so things like social media management, copywriting, email marketing, video editing, and so many other skills. Now, the cool thing is that we can also build our service around our natural interests, because then working also gives you this intrinsic motivation, because then you actually enjoy what you do, you enjoy the industry that you're in, and that is super important. Now, this means that over the next few months, we can work very hard so that we can get super good at this particular skill, and then the businesses are even more likely to hire us because now we have experience and they are in need of this specific skill. Because we've made our service around our interests and we're making good money, point 5 takes care of itself. We'll naturally enjoy ourselves and we'll want to keep doing this particular business model for years and years to come. And also because it can scale with us, because we can start as freelancers offering services, but we can scale this to an agency or later information products, all with the same knowledge and the same path. And of course, the longer you do it and the more you scale, the more money you're going to make as well. So this is not something just for the short term. This can be a long-term game plan. Now, the sixth and final point is where it gets interesting. The service does actually need to be good. Now, you don't have to be world-class when you start out, okay? Because you have to start somewhere. But that's why you should have also researched exactly what services are needed in the niche that you're in. And then, of course, done a crash course on those skills and how you can actually offer them in the best way possible. And then, yes, you will learn to get better from experience and from actually doing it. And now, once you get your first couple of clients, you, of course, want to do everything in your power to give them the best client experience possible. Also, before you start investing in like advertising your services or anything like that, you want to make sure that you improve your services so much that your clients are going to refer you to other people and you're organically going to attract new clients. And when that happens, that is really the sign that your service is at the quality that it should be. So again, when doing this, make sure that it's a service you love providing, because this way you'll be able to actually provide a good service because you like getting good at it, and you'll be able to stick around for a long time, which of course is the only way to real wealth. So there you go. You just gotta find a valuable digital service for a few business owners in an industry you love, and you can spend the rest of your life making lots of sweet, ethical money. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to check out the next video. If you would want to learn more about our coaching program, Laptop Lifestyle Master, then feel free to book a call in the description below.